I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're diving into the dynamic world of substitute teaching with Jimmy Harper, author of So You Want to Be a Substitute Teacher. This insightful book takes readers through life experiences and practical techniques for working with high school students, offering invaluable advice for both new and experienced substitute teachers. If you've ever wondered how to succeed in the classroom or better control the class as a substitute, this is a conversation and this is a book that is packed with actionable insights. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Jimmy, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Glad to be here, Logan.
What was your inspiration behind this book? Why did you decide to write it?
Well, working in the educational field, I heard a lot of conversations from teachers complaining about substitutes, and then I've listened to substitutes complain about classroom. So I
Mhm.
figured that I would combine the dynamics and give the substitute teachers a little insight on how to not only control the class, but engage the students in conversation to help them figure out what an education means to them.
Mhm. What are the biggest challenges substitute teachers face?
Well, they face students that don't believe that they're real teachers.
Mhm.
They face the dynamics of the teachers feeling that the substitutes are not giving the students what they require when they're not there in the classroom with them.
Mhm. Also, children and students tend to be a little disruptive when there's a substitute, right? They feel like they can take advantage. This person doesn't know me and so forth, right?
Yes, this is true. This
Yeah.
is true. And that's one of the things that substitutes have to be aware of. When they walk into a classroom, the first thing the student thinks about is, okay, my teacher's not here. This person isn't really going to teach me anything.
Right.
So they try to control the class. And
Mm.
that's one of the things that frustrates substitute teachers a lot. You know, once they lose
Yeah,
control of the class, it's like game over.
exactly. Exactly. So how do you move beyond being a babysitter to actually teaching when you're there for 1, 2, maybe 3 days in a row or whatever the case might be?
But what I do is I engage the students in a conversation. I ask about the lesson for the day, what they're learning, how they are perceiving the information. A lot of them struggle with comprehension. So substitute teacher has to basically be a teacher. You know, you're
Mhm.
not there as a babysitter. You are there to perpetuate their learning experience.
Mhm.
And a substitute teacher can bring a lot of dynamics into the classroom that a lot of teachers can't, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like having a visiting professor. You can actually bring a whole other worldview, a whole other point of view to the classroom because the children or the students are limited all year to that one teacher. A different voice, a different presence, a different perspective can make a lot of difference, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. And that's to me what a lot of substitutes don't understand.
Yeah.
They're just there as a body, an adult in the class. And sometimes students are more adult than the substitute teacher.
Exactly. Exactly. A little bit about your career teaching.
I started teaching uh, maybe 10 or so years ago. My
Mhm.
background is from the automobile industry. That's
Mhm.
where I retired from. But I always loved teaching. I always wanted to be a teacher, but
Mhm.
life took me in a different path. So when I retired, I jumped at the opportunity, and substitute teaching just fell right into what I wanted to do.
Wonderful. And so you've been teaching now as a substitute for 10 years?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little more.
And most mostly high school students?
No, I started in elementary school. I started small and worked my way up. But
Gotcha.
elementary school students were fun to be with. But when you really want to understand the complexities, I would say, of teaching, middle school and high school is where it's at.
Yeah. How many days a week do you get to teach?
Oh, I teach 5 days a week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very active,
Yeah.
very active.
Yeah. And are some of the assignments longer than others, or sometimes, or like if a teacher goes out on maternity leave, are you there for the rest of the semester? Tell us how that works.
Well, if you get a long-term assignment, which is really a
Mhm.
good thing, then you get to actually teach,
Mhm.
and you can create the dynamics of a classroom that is conducive to learning. Teacher sets that up for you, but if you're
Mhm.
in a long-term assignment, then you get that opportunity to set that dynamics up.
Is there a certain subject matter that you teach, or do you teach all subjects?
I teach all subjects.
Gotcha. Is there a favorite? Do you like prefer one over another?
Love English and history.
Hmm.
Those are the two that I really enjoy.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Tell us how you take control of a classroom. You mentioned that you establish a dialogue right away. Does humor come into play? Does creativity come into play to enhance the classroom experience? Tell us about that.
Well, when I step into a classroom, I don't use humor to get their attention. I I be genuine. I tell them what I expect of them. I go through the lesson plan that the teacher had laid out, and then once I do that, then I tell the students my expectations of what I expect how the classroom should be ran.
Mm.
I don't try to change the dynamic that the teacher has established. What I do set at the beginning is a tone for respect.
Respect is key, no doubt. Once they respect you, their behavior will modify, they'll be more compliant, and they'll be more in a frame of mind of learning, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. And that right there sets the tone for that class period
Yeah.
or that day.
Is there one piece of advice you wish you had when you first started teaching?
Yes, how to get the students to pay attention to
Mm.
me, you
Yeah.
know, because like I said, as a substitute teacher, they don't regard you as a teacher. So you
Yeah.
have to create that bond with them.
Mm. Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you hope that substitute teachers and other teachers take away from your book?
To be more empathetic with their students. Students are just like us.
Hmm.
They have a series of problems that they deal with on a day-to-day basis, and you have to be really compassionate with that. Try to understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. Absolutely. Stand in their shoes a little bit. It'll help you as a teacher. It'll help you as a person. It'll help you as an educator, no doubt. The name of the book we've been talking about today is So You Want to Be a Substitute Teacher. It is an insightful guide that takes readers through real life experiences and practical techniques for working with high school students, offering invaluable advice for both new and experienced substitute teachers. If you've ever wondered how to succeed in the classroom or gain better control as a substitute, this is a book that is just packed with actionable insights for your career. Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you too, Logan.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, sir. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.